This is a better late This is a better late than never review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Brooklyn-born Miles Morales is bitten by a radioactive spider. He then gains powers similar to that of Spider-Man. The original Spider-Man then becomes his mentor slash teacher of sorts. There are some common themes present in this movie. Number 1, taking risks. 2, never giving up. And 3, and most of all,
with great power comes great responsibility.
Now, very similar to the Creed series, this is a passing of the torch story from the original Spider-Man to that of Miles Morales. There was some great voice acting in this movie from top to bottom. Shameik Moore as the new Spider-Man did a great job. Shameik Moore, like Tom Holland, really brings something different to the Spider-Man character while still remaining true to the essence that is Spider-Man. They both bring that innocence, that bravado, that moxie. They really hone in on the concept that Spider-Man could be anybody. He's a kid who was bitten by a radioactive spider with real life issues, with real life trauma. And I can't repeat this enough. This is why so many of us love the character of Spider-Man, because he is us. Brian Tyree Henry from Atlanta was shining as Miles' dad. I love their conversations. I love their interactions. It's just always good to see black fathers and black sons having those heart-to-heart conversations and being vulnerable. A small prediction that I have is that Miles' dad as a police officer will now become the Commissioner Gordon to his son's Batman. Mahershala Ali was dope as Miles' uncle. Ali's character takes his nephew to this abandoned subway station where they collab on this dope piece of graffiti. This scene is so cool because this is the quintessential uncle thing to do. They use this scene as a tribute to hip-hop. You hear this brief, wonderful mix of hip-hop classics blasting through the speakers as they are painting this wall. And don't forget that Miles is from Brooklyn, the home of Jigga, the home of Biggie. And furthermore, Miles gets bitten by the spider in the old subway tunnel while doing graffiti, while wearing Jordans. It don't get more hip-hop than that. Drawing on more Brooklyn parallels, they show the number 42 in the beginning of the movie. Now, I could be overthinking this, but Jackie Robinson played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. He is accredited as being the first black player in the major leagues. His number was 42. Miles Morales was born in Brooklyn, and he is known as being the first black Spider-Man. Back to the acting. Jake Johnson was great as an older, more callous wall crawler. Haley Steinfeld as Spider-Woman was dope. Nicolas Cage played the noir version of Spider-Man, and he had these dope scenes, these brief spotlight moments where he made the movie feel like Sin City. I absolutely love that. And Liev Schreiber was a great imposing force as Kingpin. You could hear the weight. He sounded like a guy who could kill you with his bare hands. So he definitely gets an A+ in my book. This soundtrack has some heat as well. Biggie, Black Sheep, Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith has a banger on this joint, and he does not get a lot of credit, but he's been quietly dropping fire tracks on a lot of major films. This movie is absolutely beautiful. The rush and array of colors were an eye feast. My favorite scene in this film is the one where Miles Morales is free falling as Spider-Man. So cool. So cool. The writers and producers wanted this movie to feel like a comic book. I read online that it took 1 year for them to create 10 seconds of footage that they actually liked. The animation team went from 2 people to 177. Like Sin City, like Scott Pilgrim, this movie actually made me feel like I was inside of a comic book. I actually had the sensation of flying through comic book pages. And I also love the use of panels on screen to convey quick messages. The dialogue was funny and smart, which is atypical of a Spider-Man film. And the Stan Lee cameo in this joint gave me the Denzel tier. I'm giving Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse an 8.8 out of 10. And as always, if you like my videos and would like to help me make more videos, pledge $1, whatever you feel, to my Patreon page. This keeps me out of the Hunger Games and in front of yo face. We got more movie reviews and book reviews coming your way, coming your way. More movie reviews and book reviews coming your way, coming your way.